Good morning and welcome to our show. I am Louisa Lee here to provide you with the most up-to-date news around the world. 早安，你好，欢迎收看 Louisa 报报，每天给你最新最有趣的新闻。First, in Libya, according to the National Transitional Council, the remains of 1,270 people have been found, which are believed to be the first trace of the 1996 Libyan massacre of the prison inmates. The violent act, which was denied by the government of the ousted Libyan leader Muammar Gaddafi, has triggered the recent uprising that led to the downfall of his regime. 利比亚过渡政府发现1270具在1996年遭到屠杀的犯人骨骸。当时 Gaddafi 政府否认这个暴行，这也是人民后来一直想推翻他的原因之一。
It was dawn on June 29, 1996, when guards at Abu Salim prison in Tripoli ordered inmates into the courtyard. They were then shot by security men standing on prison roofs. This is the account survivors gave to human rights groups. Now, the first physical evidence of the Abu Salim prison massacre has been found. This mass grave. Libya's National Transitional Council said it contained the bodies of people killed by toppled leader Muammar Gaddafi's security forces in a 1996 massacre. It holds the remains of 1,270 people. It was an event covered up for years. Tripoli's military spokesman gave further details leading up to the inmates' deaths.
بعد ذلك صدر الأمر بإعدام هؤلاء السجناء العزل وقد تم كما تعلمون وسمعتم من القصص التي رواها.
After that, an order was issued to massacre those unarmed prisoners. As you know, and as you've already heard from the stories of survivors of this massacre, they were ordered out of their rooms to the prison courtyard in groups, and then the prison guards opened fire on them while they were blindfolded and handcuffed.
وهم معصوبي العينين ومكبلي الأيدي.
Relatives visited the site, expressing their anger and sadness which they had carried for over 15 years. They told me that they were dead since he was 21 years old. Since he was caught, I never saw him in a visit or any other way from the day that they arrested him. Gaddafi's government used Abu Salim prison to detain its opponents. The uprising that toppled Gaddafi was ignited by protests linked to the Abu Salim massacre.
And now to other news. Regardless of the recent G20 meetings, financial markets in Asia closed in the red on Monday, with investors fearing that European leaders will not be able to find a solution in tackling the region's debt crisis. G20 会议虽然集结了各国讨论欧洲债务危机，但是并没有实质的结果，这也让亚洲股市星期一继续下跌，可见投资人还是对于未来全球经济感到担忧。
Asian shares were lower Monday after G20 meetings over the weekend left investors jittery about European leaders' next moves. Markets opened higher amid reports of European policymakers working on additional measures to stop the fallout from Greece's near bankruptcy from damaging the world economy. But selling pressure quickly returned, with Crédit Agricole CIB's Francis Chung saying actual details from Washington are lacking.
During the weekend meetings, actually, there has not been any concrete measures to try to improve the debt situation in Europe. So overall, it is still a risk-off environment. So it's kind of a sell on value on any Asian assets.
Japan's Nikkei index fell more than 2% to a 6-month low, with trading companies bearing the brunt of the sell-off after crude oil futures declined to 6-week troughs on Friday. Hong Kong shares were dragged down by the territory's property names, with Hong Kong conglomerate Swire Pacific losing over 5%. In Seoul, the Kospi index gave up earlier gains and lost more than 3%, as persistent volatility in the local forex market and Eurozone caution kept investors at bay. Australian shares also fell, down 1%, led by mining stocks after commodity prices tumbled on fears that a global recession will sap demand. Gold slipped further after sliding a record $100 an ounce on Friday, with safe haven seekers abandoning the precious metal in favor of the dollar and U.S. Treasuries. The euro continued its decline against the dollar and the yen, once again under pressure amid growing expectations of a Greek default.
As thank you for checking back with us for the latest entertainment buzz. I am Louisa Lee. And they sure have a great vision. Filmmaker James Cameron and his team are joining forces with Disney to bring the blue world of Avatar to life, which will be added to its amusement parks around the globe in the near future. 迪士尼宣布与大导演 James Cameron 要一起合盖一个阿凡达主题公园。Cameron 说要打造一个 Pandora 星球一模一样的地方，让游客亲身体会阿凡达的魅力。
Disney has announced its plan to collaborate with Avatar director James Cameron's Lightstorm Entertainment and Fox Film Entertainment for the construction of the Avatar theme park, which will take up residence at Disney's Animal Kingdom in Orlando, Florida. The new project will eventually be expanded and added to Disney's other parks around the world. Construction for the first Avatar land is scheduled to begin by 2013, with the park set to be completed in 5 years. With a cost of $400 million, Director Cameron said he wanted to give parkgoers the chance to enter and fill the Pandora world with an unprecedented sense of reality.
And we're not just doing one attraction. We're not doing one ride show. We're doing multiple attractions, environments, place that you can go and live, eat, breathe, smell Pandora. You know, be in Pandora. Because I mean, what did people say when they saw the movie? The fans of the film. I didn't want to come back to Earth. I didn't want to come back to my day-to-day reality. Well, now you have something that you can touch as well as see, which is going to be, I think, really quite phenomenal.
Cameron's team will be working with Disney Imagineers to create Avatar Land, which will incorporate elements from all 3 Avatar movies, including 2 sequels that are currently in production. The 2 new films are expected to hit theaters in December of 2014 and 2015, respectively. Avatar has grossed more than $2.7 billion worldwide since its release in 2009.
And in the soon-to-be-released action flick, Real Steel, Hollywood star Hugh Jackman takes on the role as a former boxer whose position is threatened by the domination of robots in the ring, as they are able to bring harder blows and greater thrills to the audience. 金刚狼 Hugh Jackman 最近有新的角色，要带着钢铁机器人在拳击场上争冠军。这部片子不但有精彩的打斗场面，更找来传奇拳王 Sugar Ray Leonard 担任指导，让电影更加精彩。In the upcoming film, Australian actor Hugh Jackman plays a washed-up fighter, Charlie Canton, who is struggling to make ends meet as a small-time producer in an underground boxing ring after the combat sport is taken over by robots. Set in the future, Canton's life becomes even more complex when his estranged son, Max, reappears after his mother passed away. Directed by Sean Levy, the movie portrays a bond in the making between the father and the son, as well as their dream of putting together a championship contender. Jackman said he was lucky enough to get some tips from former world champion and Olympic gold medalist Sugar Ray Leonard on how to play his role right without disappointing the viewers.
I had to really look like a boxer, so Sugar Ray helped me, and I remember him saying to me, he said, make sure you don't make me look bad. So.
Director Sean Levy added how the team also benefited from Leonard's real-life experience in making the moves more convincing.
It's not computer animation. Those are real boxers coached by Sugar Ray Leonard, who are actually fighting each other, and we're converting the data of their boxing into their robot.
Levy did reveal that there was one thing Jackman was short of, which is being a deadbeat dad.
Hugh is kind of the most amazing dad that I've ever seen, and I would keep having to encourage him to be more of a bastard, more of a bastard. He's like, are you sure? I feel like I'm really being mean. And I'm like, Hugh, your version of being mean is still okay.
Real Steel will be hitting the cinemas on October 7th, both in the U.S. and in Taiwan.
You're losing your belt. Wait, Charlie, I can't hear what you're saying.
What was he like? As a boxer? Charlie was the top contender, #2 in the world. Then the fight game changed. I'm coming with you.
No, you're not.
I'm either coming with you or you're fishing for your keys in the sewer. Oh my God, that was close. Whoa!
Stubborn kid. This ain't a video game. This is for real. Let's make some money! I just need a little loan. As much as I like you, dude, you're a bad bet, brother.
Charlie, you got nothing left.
What are we looking for?
Anything I could use to put a fighting robot together.
I think there's a whole robot in there.
Never seen anything like it before.
Can we get him a fight?
He's a sparring bot, built to take a lot of hits, but never dishing out any real punishment.
His name is Adam. Get him a fight.
You know you're bringing him home in pieces, right?
Whoa, whoa, whoa! He's smaller and weaker, and he's gonna get his ass kicked.
I need you to teach him to box.
Are you kidding me?
You know this fight game inside and out. He needs your moves, your commands.
I can't.
Yes, you can.
And I know I've done all kinds of wrong by this kid. I just like to do one thing right. Right uppercut!
Great fight, fellas.
Remember this name, Adam. This bot is one to watch.
I'm trying to see a better side to you here, Charlie.
It's not easy.